Hello everyone, we have already discussed partially ordered set and partial order relations. Now we are going to discuss lattices, but before that we are going to discuss some concept of poset diagrams. Like we have maximal element and minimal element. So according to the definition, maximal element in a poset, an element which is not related to any other element. So like in poset diagrams, relation move upward, like D is related to C is related to B, and C is related to A. So here A and B are maximal elements because A is not related to any other element and B is not related to any other element. So there can be more than one maximal elements. So A and B are the maximal elements for this poset diagrams. Then minimal element in a poset, no element is related to that element. Like here, D is related to C, so obviously D is also related to A and D is also related to B. That is, no element is related to D. So that's why in this poset diagram, D is an minimal element. Like this, here AB are the maximal elements because A is not related to any other element, B is not related to any other element. So that's why A and B are maximal elements. C and D are not maximal because C is related to E, D is related to E, F is related to C, F is related to D. Then minimal, F is minimal here because no element is related to F. Here you can see F is related to C, then B is related to A, B is related to C, D is related to C, D is related to E, then J is related to I, C is related to I, H is related to I and G, then J is related to I and K. So here G is maximal, I is maximal, K is maximal, and A is maximal because A is not related to any other element. Then C is not a maximal, then E is maximal. So G, I, K, E and A are maximal elements. Then H, no element is related to H, no element is related to J, no element is related to B, no element is related to D, and no element is related to F. So F, B, D, H and J are minimal element. Then here E and D are maximal and A and B are minimal elements. We have maximum element and minimum element also. So for maximum element, if it is maximal and every element is related to it, then it is called maximum element. Like this, we have A and B are maximal element, and according to the definition for maximum element, if it is maximal and every element is related to it, every element is related to it. That's why suppose we think B is maximum but A is not related with B, and if we think A is maximum then B is not related with A. So here two elements are maximal elements, but here we don't have any maximum element. Then definition of minimum element, if it is minimal and it is related to every element in a poset, then it is called minimum element. So let's see, D is minimal and D is related to every element in poset. So D is related with C, then D is related with A also, D is related with B also, That's why in this poset D is the minimum element. Here you can see B, it is maximal, B is maximal, and every element is related to it. So here you can see F is related with G is related with A is related with B. So obviously F is related with B, then C is related with B because C is related with A, C is related with D, so D is related with B, so obviously C is related with B. So every element is related to it, so that's why B is the maximum element. And here you can see F is related to every element in poset. F is related with G, F is related with E and C, A, D and B. So F is minimum element. Here again C is the minimum element and G is the maximum element. G is maximal also and C is minimal also. Upper bound. Let capital A be a subset of a partially ordered set S. An element X belong to capital S is an upper bound of subset A if there is a relation y comma x belong to partially ordered set S for all y belong to set A. So let's see. A is a subset DC. So we have D and C and this is partially ordered set which have the element A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So upper bound of set A would be, so according to the definition, A be a subset of partially ordered set S, that's fine, A is DC. An element X belongs to S is an upper bound, okay. Any element X is an upper bound of A if there is a relation YX is in S. So there should be a relation YX in S for all Y is in A. So let's check. A is DC, so upper bound would be D is connected with F, C is connected with D. So C is connected with F also and D is connected with F also. So F will be in upper bound. Then let's check for E. C is connected with E but D is not connected with E because D is connected with F, D is related with F and E is related with F. E is related with G. So E and G is not in upper bound for this DC. Then because it's a poset and for the definition of poset, it should be reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive. So there will be a self loop. So D is related with D, C is related with C. So C is related with D and D is related with F for all Y is in A. So D is related with D and D is related with F and C is related with D also. So here D will be in upper bound because C is related with D and D is related with D itself. So D and F is an upper bound of DC. Then lower bound, let A be a subset of partially ordered set S. An element X belong to S is in lower bound of A if there is a relation XY is in set S for all Y is in A. So we have set DC. So lower bound would be A is related with C and A is related with D also. So A is in lower bound. Then B is related with C and related with D also. So it is in lower bound. Then C is related with C because there is a reflexive relation for partially ordered set. So is C is related with self and C is related with D also. So C is in lower bound. So for the set CEH, upper bound would be CEH. So E is related with F, H is related with F, then E is related with G, E is related with F, and C is related with E and related with F. So F is an upper bound. Then check for G. So C is related with G, E is related with G, H is related with G. So that's why G is an upper bound. Then E is related with F and E is related with G. C is related with E and H is related with E and E is related with itself because it's a reflexive relation also. So that's why E is an upper bound also. So E, F and G. So for linear bound CEH, CE and H. So linear bound A is connected with C, A is related with C, A is related with E, but A is not related with H. So A can't be in lower bound. Then let's check for B. B is related with C, then E also, but B is not related with H because there is a direction from H to E. There is no relation from E to H. So that's why B is not related with H. So that's why A and B are not in lower bound. So there is no element which is in lower bound of CEH. That's why lower bound of A would be 5. Then least upper bound or supremum or join. So the minimum element in upper bound is least upper bound and greatest lower bound or infimum or meet is the maximum element in lower bound. So let's check. So A is the set CD, then upper bound of A is CD, upper bound is E only because C is related with E and D is related with E. So upper bound is E only because D is related with F but C is not related with F. So that's why C is related with E and D is related with E. So in upper bound of A is only E. Then least upper bound of A would be because there is only one element. So that's why least upper bound or the minimum element in upper bound would be E. Then lower bound of A is lower bound of set A CD. So lower bound A is connected with C and A is connected with D. So A is in lower bound but B is connected with D but B is not connected with C because B is connected with D and D is connected with E but there is no relation from E to C. There is a relation from C to E. So that's why B is not in lower bound. So in lower bound of set A is A. Then greatest lower bound of set A would be A element because there is only one element. So maximum element in lower bound would be A. Then let's check for this set AB. Then upper bound of set A would be upper bound would be A is connected with D and B is connected with D. Then D is fine. D is in upper bound. Then this is also further connected with E and F. So A is connected with E also and B is connected with E also. And here A is connected with F and B is also connected with F. So in upper bound we have EDF. So least would be D. Then lower bound of A would be 5 because there is no lower bound of AB. So obviously greatest lower bound would be 5 also. Join semilattice and meet semilattice. So join semilattice in a poset if least upper bound or for every pair of elements, then poset is called join semilattice. So in a poset if LUB exists for every pair of elements, then poset is called join semilattice. So let's check E and F. So what would be the upper bound of E and F? So upper bound of E and F would be 5. So there would be no least upper bound for E and F pair. So that's why this is not the joint semilattice. Then let's check for this. So there is no upper bound of AB pair. So that's why this is not the joint semilattice. Then for AB there is a upper bound and there is a least upper bound also. So for AB we have upper bound A and least upper bound would be A also. So this is joint semilattice. This is also a joint semilattice because for every pair we have upper bound and least upper bound also. So this is joint semilattice. Then this is also joint semilattice. Then this is also joint semilattice. Let's check for the meet semilattice. In a poset, if greatest lower bound or meet or infimum exists for every pair of elements, then poset is called meet semilattice. So let's check for AB. So there is no lower bound for AB. So that's why there is no GLB, greatest lower bound for AB pair. So that's why this is not meet semilattice. So then for CD pair there is a greatest lower bound also, and for AB pair there is also a greatest lower bound. So this is meet semilattice, and this is meet semilattice also because for DE pair we have GLB. Then here for E and F we don't have lower bound, so that's why we don't have greatest lower bound. So that's why this is not meet semilattice. For BE, for CE we have lower bound and greatest lower bound, so this is meet semilattice, and this is meet semilattice also. A poset L is called lattice if it is both meet semilattice and joint semilattice. So it can be denoted by like this: L, meet and join. So obviously this is not lattice because we have the problem of AB pair. This is joint semilattice and meet semilattice also. So this is lattice, and there is the problem with the DE and AB pair. So this is not meet semilattice and joint semilattice also. So this is not the lattice. Then there is a problem with this pair BEA CF. So this is not lattice. So this is joint semilattice and meet semilattice also. Least upper bound and greatest lower bound for every pair we have. So that's why this is lattice and this is lattice also.